the outdated paradigm of, you know, you put in more work and you get more money. It seems to like the Aquarian age is bringing in less is more type of energy. And that can be hard if you're programmed to believe the harder I work, the more money I make. That can be true. But for a lot of us, that more is just saying that we don't have enough. Okay. Hi Capricorns, welcome to Modern Maven Tarot. I'm Andrea Elizabeth, and whenever this tarot reading shows up on your timeline, this message is for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick messages that came out while I was clearing your cards. 3 M's came out. Your mission, movement, and momentum. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what the tarot has to say about that. But a big emphasis this week on your mission and how that correlates to movement and momentum. Okay, very interesting. All right, so along with that, there's something related to with your mission, anything in your subconscious that you feel like, how am I trying to say that? There's a lot of luck and expansion to going to the depths of your emotions, going to the depths of your subconscious and getting to the bottom of something. I'm getting like, you got to go all the way down. All right. There are things that are at surface level that we see it a certain way, but we know that there's something rumbling underneath that is calling to our attention. So if you haven't done your shadow work, I always recommend that shadow work journal that's in my link tree. It's less than 20 bucks. And it's like a little Mad Lib every day that you do, less than 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, it's life-changing. But when it comes to relationships, there's some aspect of ourselves that we have to surrender. And I do think that that surrendering is attached to beliefs. And those beliefs are at the deep down bottom well of our subconscious, okay? And so when we do that shadow work, that's when we start to see the ahas. Those messages just bubble up to the surface. And when it comes to your shadow too, sometimes it's not these big traumatic events, but just these little everyday things that were part of our routine, or that communication that was said to us in childhood that we hang on to and we don't even realize it because it's buried so deep. But when it erupts, and we always associate it with something that it's not, all right? Very interesting messages coming through. Also letting go of identity. A lot of people have been getting this. With Pluto is answering the wake-up call, rebirth, regeneration, and letting go of an identity you've been holding on to that is preventing that inner child from speaking its truth, okay? I think that there's, going back to that moon card, I think there's an illusion here, an illusion to how we perceive something that we don't even realize where the friction is within us, to this illusion of our past, to this illusion that is preventing that inner child from speaking our truth. It's as though we think we're speaking our truth, but if we actually went down to the depths of it, really faced things, we'd notice that we're actually suppressing the inner child within us from speaking its truth. So I'm going to leave it at that, because there is a choice to be made here, and we want to allow our inner child to speak its truth, okay? We never want to silence that. All right, so let's see what we got going on for Capricorns. Again, Capricorns, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot, and comment if it resonates in a certain way or if you have a certain question. Yeah, the emotional fulfillment, emotional completion that comes from identifying how we approach conflict and boundaries. All right, there's something with anxiety here too related to boundaries and acceptance. There's something that we have to accept, okay? And then this is also interesting. I have no idea who this artist is, but it's like, this is my fight song. I honestly don't know the lyrics, but this is my fight song. I don't know what that song is, but that's in here. So that fight song, before seeing this, popped in my head. And so I do think that there's an illusion related to conflict or a battle that we also are getting to the depths of. Yep, okay. All right, this is very interesting. Energy from the past and from last week coming into this week is the 10 of Wands. This is ruled by Saturn in Sagittarius. And so when it comes to your Saturn, your blocks, your fears, your limitations, there's a message that's asking you to change your perspective on something. There is this idea, and I'm going back to that moon illusion, like the 10, after the 10 comes the ace, the renewal, okay? But when we don't see things from that perspective, we're just gonna wind up right where we were before, okay? And it's like the struggle just keeps going and going and going. So I really think that this week is really asking you to reflect on these patterns that keep popping up in your life. And instead of the perception of seeing the projection of everybody else, we got to go within, all right? It's always about going within to clear whatever that is. But this struggle definitely feels like this is going to be an interesting message. The struggle almost feels comforting. And because that's the thing with your shadow, is it plays tricks on you to find comfort in what you know, even if what you know isn't good for you. There's comfort in that, all right? And that's how we end up staying in these toxic cycles, whether they be work, relationships, outdated beliefs, related to our mental or physical health. There's just something here that makes you feel comfort in the struggle. Like the struggle, there's normalcy in this struggle. Okay, this week's energy, 7 of Coins, more Saturn, all right? So you got a Saturn lesson related to your fire and creativity, a Saturn lesson related to your finances, and the 7 of Coins is really asking yourself to contemplate if what you're working towards is worth it. If you just, I feel like though, this is a struggle where that patience and consistency does pay off. And so everybody got this message so far of the vibration. We got to go within and focus on the vibration. If what we're doing is because we love to do it, or are we doing something just to keep us alive, or to the outdated paradigm of, you know, you put in more work and you get more money. It seems to like the Aquarian age is bringing in less is more type of energy. And that can be hard if you're programmed to believe the harder I work, the more money I make. That can be true. But for a lot of us, that more is just saying that we don't have enough. Okay, so very interesting messages coming through for you. Next week's energy, 8 of Swords. All right, this is Gemini energy, Jupiter in Gemini. And so the luck and the expansion, it's going to come from you seeing the two sides of the coin. All right, so again, the perception. So the struggles, these burdens, feeling this strong opposition, feeling overworked. It takes us realizing that we can free ourselves. And so this goes to like 5 of Coins energy of that victim mentality. And that is part of that deeply rooted shadow. And so again, if we're sugarcoating something in our lives that we actually need to heal. And again, this healing doesn't have to be rejection of people or situations, but the inner healing of just saying we're safe now, it's okay, and taking that empowerment back. This is a card that's asking you to empower yourself. All right, this is about you unsticking yourself, not somebody else unsticking you, because these are the blocks, the fears, the limitations. And you had 2 Saturn cards, blocks, fears, limitations. Okay, and so again, this, when it comes to your creativity and passion, it's this idea of feeling like you can't do everything you want to do because you have to wait. I'm getting you. Put time in your schedule, okay? And that can be hard. Like sometimes, I remember I was finishing a script back in like 2012, and I, always had excuses of like there was no time. And then I just brought that polar natal Virgo energy, and I did not allow myself to watch TV. I canceled all of my subscriptions, and all I did was I would wake up, I would work out, I would go to work, and then I would come home. I even quit drinking. It was like, boom, I dedicated my time. And so all this time I thought I didn't have time is just because I was doing the things that, kept me alive type of thing. And that's something too, like these patterns will come back and back and back and back. And so like that lesson's coming back again of like, what are the distractions I'm allowing to tell myself that I don't have time? Okay. All right. So let's see what empowering question we have for Capricorns. empowering question to help Capricorns. Oh, I love this for you. All right. What is my gift to the world? If you feel there is something here, again, where it lifts your vibration, where you feel at your highest vibration, what is preventing you from incorporating that into your daily life? Okay, what is preventing you from giving yourself the time to do that? Okay, now let's get an archetypal card to see what type of people are affecting you. This can be you or somebody else in your life. The most important part of this, though, Capricorns, is for you to be the hero of your own journey. So let's see what archetypal energy is affecting Capricorns this week. Okay. You know, also, too, I want to say a lot of times when we do get at that, like, that connection to that vibration of what makes us, you know, lift, those things pull us down. And so remembering not to go outward of like these people or these situations, but what's inside of me that's stirring up, that's not allowing me to enjoy this. Okay? Because that often happens when we do get to that place. The contrast comes in to yank us back down. Poet, very cool. All right, so the light attributes: expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Shadow attributes: turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Okay, and so if I feel like this is connected to that 10 of Wands energy, and so again, if this is you where you've been wanting to express yourself and you just that's like not the identity that people perceive you as. Like there's something here where that truth of that inner child, try writing it out in like lyrics or poetry, doing it free flowing. Just let your thoughts go to you, because I think you're going to unlock some pretty powerful messages there, okay? All right, so let's get a clarifier and then we're going to close this out. Again, Capricorns, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Share this with somebody who you think needs to hear this message, and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot. All right. Well, that was quick. Oh, I love this. Okay. What do we got? Oh, wow. Okay. This like gave me chills. Okay. So your clarifier is the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And so again, this changing your perspective. The Wands are related to your passion and your creativity. The King of Wands is your reminder of nothing ventured, nothing gained, and being self-made and motivated. And the Queen of Wands is about feeling empowered. And it's ruled by Pisces and Aries. This is ruled by Cancer and Leo. Yeah. This could also be a relationship for you, okay? Where it's like there's this empowerment that comes from this shadow work. I'm getting a lot of strong Leo energy. Very cool. Okay, so again, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Unstick yourself, all right? There's luck in just facing these things, seeing your situation from a new perspective, and letting that inner child speak its truth. So as always, dear Capricorns, shine your inner light. You've got this.